Where are the stairs?
Wakes me up. There, you're in the right way. Well, those are the stairs up. Are you trying to go for now?
Oh, we're trying to go up.
Oh yeah, because we're going to the repository.
Yeah. No, it's alright. I was trying to figure out where we're going. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Brum dum. Yeah. I was getting actually like super lightheaded in the last section. I'm like, yes, hero, please stop talking. You're killing me here. I've also got the pinkest drink. Before we start reading this, like it's like lemon and can we get some? Left. Well, yeah.
Full bottle would look a little bit better.
That's because
that's just the bottle.
That's because it's now in this cup. Look how pink that is.
The cup. Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's like soda. Pink soda.
It's delicious.
Soda fish.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's sugar free, and it tastes like it.
Sugar free. It tastes like shit.
Yeah. You know what? It'd actually be really nice if it was like carbonated. It'd be hella tasty, but what can you do?
Health.
What can you do? Hifumi and Taka.
For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
So then...
Well then, let's get started.
She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the body.
Yep, they were both male this time.
I knew it.
First thing to check. The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. The movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
See, I assumed that Monokuma gave everyone a Monokuma file. So, like, as soon as a body was discovered, he'd just go pop it up and pass out files.
I think he's supposed to.
Yeah. Okay,
and I think, well, what she said is the Monokuma file was right. So
yeah, I guess, yeah.
So she probably does have it.
Yeah. Makoto, I found something.
You did?
Hey.
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore in his left hand?
No, he did.
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much?
Apparently. No, that's not it.
I'm pretty sure he's not drawn with a wristwatch. No, maybe he is.
It probably is if they're bringing it up. If they're bringing it up now, it probably is.
Yeah.
His left arm. What's his saluting arm? He salutes, right?
I have no idea. Anyway,
so you said you had a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? Oh, it's the classic! It's the classic broken watch telling the time of the murder.
Oh.
It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock.
So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Yeah, he's not. He's absolutely not drawn with a watch.
It's under his sleeve.
Yeah, we'll just slide through this.
Yeah, he's
In
like,
other
it was
words.
10 o'clock! Yeah.
So, if it worked 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m.
What a detail. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
Correct.
Correct, Makoto. You're not brilliant.
I mean, you're pretty dense, but you're not that bad. Alright.
However...
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand.
Oh.
Fuck me. Like, are we that useless that we didn't like look at the body close enough to be like, his hand's gripping something?
That's a good point. Yeah, we probably should have noticed that.
More to the point.
Even if we're not examining the dead bodies too thoroughly, we probably should have noticed that.
More to the point.
No one did.
No one did.
How many people saw this body?
Even the person that killed him.
Yeah, even the person that killed him. And wait a minute, and moved it from another room.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean,
rigor mortis.
if anything, this is now sus evidence that may be false evidence.
You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Can you try and pry it out?
Me?
Because
Rigor mortis has already said it. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right?
Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from the tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Oh, okay. Was that all he had in his hand?
Yeah, that's it. This little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that.
Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check out Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own.
You think we should
Like-
tell Kyoko that he came back from the dead? Fine.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Hina's tears can bring people back from the dead, but only for a short time.
Truth bullet. Truth bullet, he does tears added. The biggest problem I have right now
How the hell did it get here?
is the fact that I'm stuck at Hope Speak Academy with these ornaments, and we have to murder someone to escape. Also, how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here in the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office. But when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood.
And then we found that suspicious, glasses wipe.
But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that and why? So, did you find anything?
indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this.
A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him.
Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants. So, I can only assume it was hidden on purpose, you see?
In his pants? Wait! So you?
Why is that?
I had to make sure he was a male. After all, this is an important detail. It was just in his pants, not like his socks or something.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up.
When I think of how it's stuffed down his pants, it's like... Better be important for me, or I'll never forgive you for this.
Oh.
A note! Oh, it's the hero note.
Yeah. But it's a different time.
It's 6
Making it-
a.m.
And it looks like it matches that scrap of paper we found in Taka's hat.
Yeah. Ah, so the killer did notice that he was holding something. He ripped this and left the little scrap.
Yeah.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6. Wait, hero was the rec room.
Yes, this is a different room. That sounds very familiar.
That's what a kind of setup. That's it. It's the same thing Hero said.
No, not quite.
No, it's not. Then he was telling us the truth.
however,
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it?
Oh, I'm ahead of you, Kyoko. We sleuthing. We sleuthing hard. The time is different. Hero told us the note said to meet at 1 a.m. And the note they wrote to Fumi asked him to meet at 6.
is that right?
Hold on. Just because Ifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
Huh?
So,
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there.
There's some meaning to the part of it being ripped off? Could you maybe explain it a little more? I just can't get my head around this.
No. Think carefully.
Yeah, no.
hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly?
I have no idea.
So then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper? When he was holding it, what if it was something more? Something important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Tearing paper? What a fucking extreme concept. The
Hey.
Fumi hat has been added.
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think that they were connected to killings in the first place.
So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
That is
right?
100% what I'm saying. If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out my way to mention it.
Oh.
All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role.
Fucking cryptic. The handbook may play a role, I don't think I understand. Is it how Hiro got in the pool? If Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind.
Yes, it will be.
If they had to use a handbook to get to the pool,
Yeah.
did they have to use the same one? If a girl tried to drag Hiro through the girls' locker room, would that be a problem? Because you can't follow someone in.
No,
You drag
I
a
feel like that
body.
would be allowed.
I don't think they would minigun down the fucking Blacken for that, would they?
Yeah, but it's like, I think it's like, why? Why would they go to the trouble of like, I don't know, I just,
The pool's so out the way to everything else that happened.
yeah,
Big
it's weird,
trouble.
it's so weird.
Why is he in the pool?
Ding dong bing bong.
Oh shit, is that the investigation? Is that all the info we have? Oh.
Yeah.
Are you
Kind
excited?
of put some pieces
Are
together.
you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Yes, I am, Monokuma.
I'm actually pretty,
Like the
you know what,
bright
yeah.
burst of fireworks, like the
pretty
flash
good.
of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado,
I do too.
everyone please meet at the usual spot.
Alright.
Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
I totally think that the list should go all the way up,
it would seem.
so you can just get the lift wherever. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion.
Yeah, because like Kyoko wasn't here for most of this.
Yeah, Hyoko,
Yeah,
you're
you're
fucking
right.
hella useless.
Shall we go?
Well, we better be going.
Well, we couldn't even find a scrap of paper on a fucking body.
No, I know.
Okay.
Holy fuck, Makoto. Why? Like, come on, dude. This isn't. It's not like it's the first murder. Like, I feel like by the third one, you're like, maybe we should look for some clues.
Maybe we should have to deal with a body. Yeah. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and we were gathered at the red door. And as soon as we were all there,
Monokuma
whoa!
appears!
Hello! He's multiplied.
Wrong.
Oh.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion.
Oh.
I'm moving so fast, it only looks like I've multiplied.
I see.
Yeah, can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Whew.
Can we just get in the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
I think that is why we're here, to be honest.
I mean, kind of. Okay, fine.
Hey!
And if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train! Elevator? I'll see you guys down there! Okay then, shall we go?
Please. Hold on. I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
Fucking tunnel vision, Asahina.
I already told you. I didn't do it. For serious. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprits.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. We're all voice acted down there for some reason. That's right. I have to. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive.
And me.
And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... someone right here.
Into the lift.
I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we sailed all this, we couldn't go anywhere.
You know what I'm really annoyed by? The fact that everyone has little white traces around them. Like they've been drawn on a fucking white background and then stuck on this. like
Yo.
whoever was like doing like the art editing, it was like, oh, I can't be bothered to like
Get all the white
actually get rid of all the white bits.
It's not that, but I can see it on Makoto.
You can see
I
it
bet on the hero.
on everyone.
Once you know the look. Byakuya looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Byakuya's not.
See, Byakuya cares. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open.
For the most part, I think the art is pretty good in this game, but I mean that stuff just looks lazy.
Opening up onto a cruel fate. This was a low budget game. Like the later ones.
It's not that low budget though. Come on.
No, the later ones aren't, but this one I think was.
Yeah.
Like this started it. Like it wasn't like this was on IP at the time. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
Well, what? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
You are kind of
Come
cute.
on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never held out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. Hey, we'll be back after a short commercial break. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly class trial.
Yes, I would like to save the game.
Do you want to quickly update the title of the stream to Chapter 3 Clash Trial? To have
Nah.
Clash Trial in it.
Nah.
I think Clash Trials.
Do we have any more skills?
The Clash Trials are definitely the highlights of the game. You know what I mean? So it's
Oh, how much does this cost? 4 SP. Increases the focus gauge by 5.
That's useful for like when you slow
Is
down
that a
time
lot?
to try and shoot stuff.
Is
don't know
5 a
how much-
lot?
I don't know how much 5 is, honestly, couldn't tell you.
I mean, do we have any other skills? No.
Probably not. No. That was the Celeste one, was it?
That is the
Celeste
Celeste
was
one,
the
yeah.
last person. Who's the last person we were friends with? Let's
Oh,
go!
nice.
Alright! Alrighty! Let's
the
go!
basic
God, I'm hyped.
explanation
Everyone's
of the class
dead.
trial. So,
Everyone's dead.
your votes
Well,
will
empty.
determine the
Not seats,
results.
but pedestals here.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with,
We already know who did it.
was that?
It was
Okay.
Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found
Alibi.
it in that suit.
He does not have an alibi.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
Who are you
I am
calling a
sorry to
murderer?
say, Hero, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hero really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. You ready to make an argument?
It's non-stop debate time.
Costume,
Justice
the
costume.
message, the blueprint.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Well, blueprints is the only weak spot. Compelling evidence that Hero's the killer. Is that really true? So,
Everything we
look our
found in
bullets.
your room.
Your room.
Oh,
The
your room.
blueprints, the suit parts,
your room,
they are all
blueprints.
proof enough that you are the culprit.
Must be Yasuo's mask. No.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
The Road Justice
Hero,
costume, Road
why?
Justice blueprints.
Why did you kill them?
No,
What's the message?
just hold on a second.
Can we look at our handbook? Can we
Can
read
we?
what it says about the message, quickly? What does it say about the message? What's the
Yasuo's
description of it?
message. That's the message, okay.
So the handwriting on that doesn't match the blueprint.
Yes.
Let's see there. Okay, so get ready to slow down time.
The blueprints, the suit part.
Didn't
Oh
need
yeah, 5
to.
is quite a lot. Look at 5 is quite a lot. Look how much focus we have.
Yeah. And I have no idea what the button is to use it.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
Nice, we're getting somewhere.
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one.
Yeah.
I think Hero's innocent
That is
as
what we're
well.
saying.
Let's go, senpai.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit?
I mean, yes.
Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
No.
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Of course he passes it off to me.
Because he doesn't know.
Who
He
was
does
in the
know. He's just
Robo-Justice
fucking-
suit?
He's fucking with us. He's raising us up. He's like our senpai.
I
The
got it!
Illuminati.
Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been.
Definitely hero. We found him in the
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a
Maybe
bold
my family.
assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first.
Oh.
So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
I don't know if that's the most pressing issue, but okay. Blue tarp. And repository there.
I got it!
Got it.
Still one more thing. And the dolly. And the spotless doll. And the spotless
I got
hand.
it!
I got it!
They
Times
were
2!
a dolly and a tarp, right?
Damn, he knew!
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right?
Yep. Yeah, that's
Are
what
you
it seems.
sure you are not mistaken?
Pretty cut and dry.
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Yes.
That dolly was
We
made
have screenshots.
specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the
I mean, yeah,
repository all along?
I
and we
get
simply
this line of
didn't
thinking.
realize it?
That
She's
but
raised
then-
an objection.
And they don't have
How do
screenshots.
you respond?
There
Yeah,
is
I mean,
no
if we
shame
hadn't
in
seen
being
it.
wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Then bitch, what does that make you all?
Wow.
I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean.
Wow.
Maybe I can change your mind. Wow. I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository.
Oh, because the bloodstains on the floor.
Yeah, the blood stain out traffic.
Yeah, absolutely. Reloading?
Reload.
Okay.
Bullet type battle. It's quite early for one of those.
On the bottom of your screen underneath the tempo mark, you see ammo. Okay.
You never reload button as well as that. So now you have aim, shoot, and reload. It's like actions of the tempo.
What are the buttons?
There's quite a few of them.
Okay.
Y.
It costs you one
X.
blood to destroy it. Is it Y and X? Okay. Okay.
There you go.
You now-
X is reload.
Okay.
It's Y shoot. So what's aim?
Y is shoot, yeah.
So what's aim?
A?
A, Y.
We'll find out, we'll
A,
find it in a
A,
second.
A, Y, X. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, A and Y. You'll automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, how do we do focus time? Because we have extra focus gauge now.
Is it like L1 or R1 or something?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So
You are a fool.
pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Away with you.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere.
Whoa, this guy studied music,
Do
everyone.
your worst. You miserable witch.
You need to reload.
Oh
Ammo.
shit!
You have it wrong.
You have to
I
keep your timer
cannot
going.
agree.
I don't know.
Fool.
There you go.
So pathetic.
No, you've not seen the timer.
Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Yeah, you did.
You miserable wretch.
I'm so lost.
Alright, you somehow got it, it's fine.
I cannot agree.
This
I
should
got
prove it.
like so lost there with the buttons. I
This should prove it.
I immediately forgot about reloading, and it's because you reload one bullet
You're
at a
asking
time.
for proof that
Yes,
that's all
the
you
hard
need.
part.
It's a
I
Michael.
have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository,
Yeah.
one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident. As they and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the
I haven't
body
pressed
into
the
the
buttons. It's on
repository.
auto.
So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Good enough. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much? She
Well,
said I was a
anyway,
C-class.
that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Alright.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to explain
You know,
why the
what-
occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Because the suit couldn't bend at the waist.
Yeah. Exactly. And the handles are on the ground.
The handles are on the
Or
ground.
there is no handle.
Or there is no handle, depending on your worldview of what handles are. It's been discussed at length.
So it's maybe a repository dolly, I think.
And it might, or the costume, it depends on the point.
As we
Yeah.
know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Oh.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Suit. You need suit.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the
If you accept it, then you must realize that
Whoever was in the
Sorry, I don't think I realized anything.
Then you must realize that whoever was in this suit. Vintage.
Alright.
As we know,
Taka was
Scene
over
six.
there.
Yeah,
Scene
the
six.
then loaded it onto the dolly.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but
7.
even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Fire! First rank fire!
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong! Break. Let's go.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
You do your back in though.
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Just a rolling around.
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
It was like half an hour ago.
Yeah.
You should probably remember.
Not even, probably.
Well, we went and checked out some bodies and went down the way.
Yeah. Yep, telling you it wasn't me. Blah blah blah, this is a flashback.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist.
And it would have had blood all over
Am
the
I
suit.
right about that?
Now that you
Maybe,
mention it,
potentially.
yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
It's good. It's a good argument.
When you can't
That's a
even
good point.
see your
Colored
feet,
feet.
you really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
I think it's more the time requirements.
It'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
Time and the suit would be ruined.
On
Yeah.
top
Like
of
the
that,
feet would clearly
if you
be
were
like
wearing
bunched
such a
up
rigid,
with
cumbersome
possibly-
suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Yeah. So they must have taken the suit off and then put the suit back on. And then hidden in a locker.
Which you can't do because there's a fucking clasp on it.
Yep. Because
no chance the costume
you can't, once it's on, you can never take it off.
You can't take it off by yourself.
I got it!
Hero's
I
not
don't
strong
think taking
enough.
off
He's
the
weak,
suit was
weak,
an
weak,
option.
weak.
If you remember,
Let's just skip through. Yeah, this is a class.
Class. It's pretty sturdy.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Hey everyone, I'm Robo Justice.
Yeah.
It's my new persona.
It's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get
Wait,
hurt?
what? You hear me? That guy.
Hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now. Totally didn't.
So long
Totally
as
didn't build the
those
suit
facts
myself and
exist,
put RJ
the
on the
proper
shoulder
conclusion
pads
is
anyway.
beyond question.
Yeah.
The individuals inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
Yeah.
It's still far too early to reach that
I
conclusion.
feel like actually we're kind of coming to the conclusion that
Besides,
Hero couldn't have
there's
been.
no hurry to decide who did it. Before
Yeah.
we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Anyone who's played Persona 4 knows.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Okay.
What a pain in the ass!
I'm with you, Jill.
Don't
Was
disagree,
just thinking the
but our
same
lives
thing.
are on the line. If this is what it
Yeah, lives
takes,
are on the line.
we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
No.
No, I don't think we will.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Because of the good morning.
Wait, she was
That when
unconscious for
we
an
saw
hour?
Celeste's picture and discovered that her
That's really bad for
assailant
you.
had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong?
A shadow. Celeste.
Celeste
You,
pointing the finger
you
again.
seem sus all along.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Direct in traffic, any chance?
Yeah.
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
It seems like she's been involved in this whole investigation from the start. That's a classic killer maneuver.
Be involved.
Get close to the investigation and pull the police around.
and then
I've seen a murder mystery program before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fumi is in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to
Slide
go
through
back.
these.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. While
Yeah.
Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Or, well, what we thought was dead, because he definitely didn't come back to life. That's
I
the only
left
thing that
Celeste
actually
and Hina
happens.
there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
It does every now and then.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Sakura, please. Come on, girl. Fucking Hifumi was clearly
And
not
that's
dead.
when I told you guys about Hifumi.
Come on.
Then
haven't
the
shared
3
the
of us
glasses
headed for the
situation yet,
nurse's office. But
No,
right
but
after
he
we
did.
left
He
the
came
physics
back
lab,
to life.
we ran into Celeste.
Therefore, was
who
not
arrived
dead.
after us.
No, that
and
happens.
she told us
That
something
legit
very
happens.
surprising.
It legit happens. It's a thing. It's spooky. If you read stories about that stuff, no, it's spooky.
We
I'm gonna
rushed
go
back
with
to the nurse's office.
more
And
likely-
also, we
she
didn't
was right.
we didn't fucking examine the body that thoroughly, did we?
Then we remembered.
We didn't. Oh, no,
Monokuma's
we didn't examine
passed out in the
didn't examine the
equipment
body at
room.
all.
So we
Yeah,
hurried back
Monokuma's got
again.
cameras that are like Monokuma's discovery announcement is probably fully based on cameras. So it's, you know, he could have been unconscious at the least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository,
Celeste again.
which is where we
Yeah.
rediscovered the corpses.
When you read over the whole thing, when you recount the
I
whole
think
thing,
that about
you
covers
really,
it.
use Celeste's name quite a few
I
times.
see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden. in what happened.
hidden. What happened to Taka?
What could this be?
In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them. No matter what!
What could these contradictions be?
We could contradict something.
I feel like actually we don't have that much about Taka.
We have the broken watch. Yeah, there we go. We
Yeah.
also have his fucking note.
So, regarding Taka's death,
Probably as
I
well.
wonder if he
think so,
died
yeah.
before Hifumi, or perhaps
Yes,
it was
possibly.
after.
It had to be before.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
Yeah.
what
Wait,
makes you say
what?
that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
What? That's okay. That yeah. Our point isn't directly, but that's such a poor line of reasoning. Because the killer numbered hammers and used them in order. It's such a fucking terrible logical
Yeah, alright.
So, regarding Taka's death.
Oh, we have to
I wonder
slide
if
through all these again. Hang
We
on.
already know Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the...
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
So is it just the first one? We just shoot the first one then?
So, regarding Taka's
Came
death.
after. That works.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
That's not shootable.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Fire.
Taka came
There's nothing else
last.
to shoot at.
Yeah, I
That
guess.
or is that or the numbering of the hammers?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Which is a terrible line of
true
reasoning
that he
because we
flew
don't
while
have a
Taka's
thing
dead.
that's like...
See?
Yeah, okay.
So it's obvious
Yeah, I guess it
Taka
has to
came
be.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if... Or
Come on,
perhaps
flip
we
through.
already know what order they were. Taka came last.
What makes you say
Fuck
that?
off,
Because of the
game.
numbering of the
Asshole.
It's true that he flew
This
while
one's
Taka's
just
dead.
slow down.
See?
Yeah,
It might
I
feel
know.
like you don't have to, but there's no reason not to. You may as well just slow it down. 'cause
So, I wonder if... Or perhaps it was... We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
that was it, by the way.
What makes you say that?
The one
Because
to
of the
shoot.
numbering of the...
It's true
That one
that
you
he
just
flew
walk
while
slide
Taka's
by.
dead.
Oh, like, right, he's gonna shoot now.
Obvious Taka came...
Bruh.
So, I wonder if he died... Or
We're
perhaps
supposed to
it
be
was
sleuthing.
after. We already know what order they were killed in.
Oh, fucking hell. Right.
Is it? Do we take what order and then slap it with the hammers?
So, regarding
Probably.
Taka's
I think we
death.
have to know.
Yeah.
I
That's-
wonder if
that's
he died, or perhaps
the only
it was
thing that makes
after.
sense.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came
Our
last.
focus refilled the fuel pretty quickly, by the way.
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the ju-
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
That one seemed a bit bullshit.
What order? The number of the hammers.
There's no reason
Yeah.
to assume that the hammers
Well, this
were
is what we
used
were
in the
saying.
same order as their numbers.
It's just a weird way to get to it. Like,
Yeah.
that is our line of reasoning. There's
Yeah,
no
I
reason
know.
to
Just
believe
another
that
way
way.
the killer tried to disguise
Yeah,
their actions.
it just felt like any of those
Yeah.
things could have been
So
like
you're saying
yeah.
the
For
culprit
what
wanted
order
us
to
to
be a
think
truthful
the hammers
explanation.
were used in order,
I guess it makes sense. It does
Yeah.
make sense.
but in reality, Taka was killed before.
There's only two things,
Hifumi?
so you don't have that many options.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
If there was a ton of options, there'd be no.
Oh, this is the
Evidence that
wristwatch.
proves Taka. Hangman's Gambit.
Oh my god.
Wristwatch then. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a great. I can't remember his name. There's a guy that does like quick Vine style joke videos.
Yeah.
Like anime memes and stuff, and he does a great one on Danganronpa. Of like, we have to figure out how this happened. He's like, hang on, let me just play Hangman.
But like, so what I really don't
Where's
like
the
about
fucking
this
essence?
is that this is timed, but
Now I
also it took like
understand.
30 seconds to show us the first W.
Get it, bullshit.
I've got it.
fine.
Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past
People
6 o'clock.
speedrun this game, actually.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer.
But why?
I say
Because
people. I
as
don't think
of
it's that
last
popular,
night-
but there are a few ones.
One guy.
Might be one guy.
And like, you keep persuading us, oh, it's 10 o'clock, blah
so
blah blah.
if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And
I'm actually
before
very-
Celeste was attacked this morning.
I'm actually very
Which
disappointed that
happened around 7.
Taka died.
That's
Because
right.
he is one of my favorite voices
Taka
to
was
do.
killed before any of the
Yeah,
other
it's-
incidents took place.
And it's sad because it got super interesting
That
with the
simple
Super Saiyan
fact
thing.
slipped past
Like,
all of
he
us.
started off one-dimensional, had the thing
He
with
made the
Mundo,
wrong assumption
fucking
about the order
piled
of
into
events,
depression,
all because
had the
of those
Super Saiyan
justice
return.
hammers.
He was like having the hero's journey. He could be
Yeah.
like
That's
NC material,
exactly
and
why
then
the
fucking-
culprit wrote the numbers
Yeah,
on
that's
each hammer and had them increase in size.
It's tragedy. That's what tragedy's all about.
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Oh, that's true. No one's gonna
Because
fucking
when
alibi
he
for
was
6
killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
It could be any one of us.
Could
That
be
may
anyone, yeah,
true
anyone
in the
could have
case
fucking
of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Saw him alive. Yeah.
With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think we've already had this.
Yeah, we have had this flashback
When
already.
we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together.
Meet my
Except
biggest
for
complaint of
Hiro
this
and
game.
Kyoko.
Repeated flashbacks, they're the same flashback.
There was
Then
one
we all
very
ran
useful
down to
one
the
when
nurse's
we had just
office,
come back,
and that's
and it was
where we
like,
found
the
his body.
motive, $10 million. Well, that's useful, we did just come back.
Yeah.
That's well done. But assuming
That's
you're
totally
not
true. We're all in the
stopping
clear.
playing in the middle of the trial, just playing.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
I suppose if
If
you're
that's
making a game
true,
like this as well, one of
where's
your
the
biggest
tape?
fears is probably that people don't think
I
the
don't know.
scenario makes sense.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Yeah.
Just make sure people follow it.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not
So did he
stop
die when he
there.
screamed?
There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
Because he was never
When
dead.
his body vanished from the nurse's office,
Hangman, not dead.
Hina and I were in the bathroom
Alive.
together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull
Maybe.
that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Yeah. unless you had
Because,
some
as we
fucking
just
police
established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
There we go.
In
Gotta believe
other
her.
words, it is impossible
I love that Genocide
any
Jill
of
is more
us
like
could
a
have killed Hifumi, or
I really
moved
like
either of
Genocide
their
Jill.
bodies.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
What a enjoyable
Hiro and
serial killer
Kyoko
ever.
had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
And you'll start pinning it on
So
me.
instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Exactly. How
In
could you have...
particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
Not dead.
His legs.
That's true. We searched
His
everywhere,
legs would also be a
but
good
we
one.
couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
Yep, couldn't have been gone for more than minutes too.
How does the killer able to move that?
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
Right
But
quick
to
this
carry
one.
that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Had to be Sakura.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Not for
Well-
Robo Justice though.
What if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
With
What?
legs.
How? If the dead body were to move itself.
Ghosts?
The dead body moved on its own?
Zombie!
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is... we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Because people don't come back from the dead.
Alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply
CPR
walked
is.
out on
Well,
his
not
own?
in this case at least.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Ah, yes.
That
Shit.
isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Make your argument. Celeste account?
Probably.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No,
Oh,
it is
it's that.
impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I mean, Kyoko basically did the know that's wrong for us.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Are you saying that when we
Everyone
first
else,
found
okay.
him, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along Hifumi's dead body had been found.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
Yeah.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
Yep. And then it wasn't
So
until
there's a good
Hifumi died the
chance we made a
second time.
mistake in there somewhere.
The second time.
The second time.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Oh, this is, yeah, Monokuma cleared the rules right now.
Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
Ask him that.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
And then we had
Answer
the
our
second
question,
one.
Man. We're asking if you're a lazy
But
bum.
we wouldn't have got the second one if
No,
it was the
actually,
first
that
time.
was plenty.
Huh?
I said by
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Yep.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. The second time was when both bodies were rediscovered. Nope, nope, nope. Listen to me. I know what I'm saying. I'm not stupid. Disagree with me for no reason. It played before Hifumi came back to life. When both bodies were
I got it.
Am I muted? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, to be fair, you are quite quiet. And you do say stuff after my brain goes, that one.
Oh, that's not my fault.
You need to beat my brain.
I've got like a second delay on you.
No, you gotta be faster than my brain.
Be faster than a second
Didn't
delay.
seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Do not die and make us
Exactly.
restart.
If we were
I
actually
know, I'm really nervous about this, to be
bodies,
honest.
the
I
announcement
don't think we have too
shouldn't
much more to go,
have
though.
I don't know, we're not that far in. They're usually quite long.
When the 2
Yeah,
dead
that's true.
bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found
Can we save
dead
Scum?
until we came upon him in the repository.
I think so.
And that's just part of it.
I might save
There's
Scum.
one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Right.
Oh yeah? Makoto?
I know! Because he was the one
Almost.
gonna find Dad!
Oh, it's the glass is white.
Yeah.
Bada
That
bing,
is the
bada
worst
boom.
logic I have
Bada bing,
ever
bada
heard.
boom.
What?
But honestly, I do
Justified
not
by
think
the
there's
bada bing bada
anything
bing.
that can prove he was still alive.
Glasses wiped. Dead bodies don't
Okay,
need to
then.
see.
Let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
I think the fuck they say they'll be blind in heaven if they donate
Then
their
it
eyes.
should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
Which, I mean, I have no proof of either way.
This whole thing is pointless.
But heaven would kind of suck though if you're blind the whole time. Surely in heaven
Yeah.
there'd be like eye replacements.
That's a complicated question. I don't even know how to begin unpacking that question.
Are you
Surely
sure?
heaven would have eye replacements. Is one level beyond my comprehension. If it is glasses, must be.
Well, here's one thing we do know.
Let's make sure we're sure before we shoot
The
it.
first time
Yeah.
we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Fire.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
Change the bullet.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
No. That's not wrong.
Shoot!
You have to wait until they say the thing that's
Well,
actually
here's one
wrong.
thing we do know.
Oh god.
time we found
Oh
his
god,
body,
one health.
his body
I told you
Next
to
time we saw his
fucking
body,
chill.
It was
And you're
in
like,
the
fire!
when you compare his body before being
No.
other than the change in how it was
Let's try to use
positioned,
our
there
heads.
was no notable difference.
There it is. Slow time.
Are we sure?
Was he really still alive?
Pretty. There's only two things
It is
left.
impossible. This is ridiculous.
Like now you got me double.
Well,
Now you
here's
got me
one
questioning
thing. The
myself.
first
All
time
right.
we found Hifu, and then his body just.
And the next time, it was in the...
But when you compare his body
Other than the change in how
Is there-
it
I hope-
was no notable difference.
After all these series go up on YouTube, I
Oh
hope
my
someone
god.
keeps.
I'm gonna
I hope someone
go
keeps score
pee. I'm gonna
between
be right
us.
back.
I hope so. I really hope someone keeps score on us.
In fact,
Like,
there was one clear difference
Are you gonna leave
between
this on auto
Hifumi
and
and the
go?
nurse's
What the fuck?
office and the
Yeah, of course.
repository.
Just gonna be
no, because
right.
it's gonna start a timed minigame at some point.
That fact alone
that's a good
proves
point,
that
yeah.
he was only playing
See if you can
dead in
save
the
it. You
beginning.
want to see
Okay,
if
yeah.
you can
Okay,
save
so
some.
Alright. Can we save scum? Yes, we
Okay,
can.
I'll go with Lou as well because we're gonna
Yeah, okay,
have
we'll take
we're
a
gonna have
quick
the
break.
trial and then a fucking thing. So, yeah,
A quick
right,
2
we'll
minute
take a
break.
5
Yeah.
Right, quick break, quick one. We'll be right back, guys.
Hey,
Not only are
Nagito.
we failing the fucking sleuth,
We'll be right
but
back.
it's a fucking mess. Hey, Naginori.